right, good afternoon, good evening, welcome in. I'm Dan. We are going to be jumping back in to some more ABI. The plan for today, we're basically going to kind of go through. We do have some of these random missions that we can be doing. So we're going to be going through working on those, but most importantly, we are basically going to be talking about how to survive in ABI as a solo. I play pretty much, I would say 90 to 95% of my raids I run solo. I personally am not a big fan of squad fill, just because I feel like if you are playing with other people who do not, either suit your play style or that you have a good connection with, rapport with, that you can understand and trust where they're going to be at all times, going into fights. Honestly, I feel like it's more of a detriment to go in and play with other people. And the thing is, a lot of times, you might not have a full four-man that you can go in with, so you're just looking to go in solo. I personally feel like it's better to have squad fill off than it is to have it on. So we're going to be going through some of my, tips, tricks, strategies for how I like to go in, play solo, and still profit, get missions done, and progress through the game. All right. So we are going to get warmed up. Let's grab. I'm just going to bring this helmet and work on, honestly, getting rid of it. Alright, a bag, bring a sports bag. Alright, let's repair this. Alright. So we are going to jump into farm first thing. Okay, now it's showing me the values. All right. You know what, let's just go in our cheap SKS. Damn, we got a lot of... Yeah, we actually got a lot of that, so we're just going to go ahead, run that. Alright, so we're actually better off not repairing that. Alright. Grab a med, grab a suture, got pain kills, gun, ammo. Bring an energy drink. Anything else we need to bring? I think we're good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get warmed up. And get into it. Alright, so one thing that I do, and it's really going to kind of depend on your play style, how you like to play the game, you know, and also your skill level, what you're good at. You know, there's some people who are just absolute movement gods. You know, the movement tech in this game is not crazy. It's not like a COD or a Delta Force kind of movement tech, but there is definitely a skill gap in movement. You know, so if you are somebody that is your area of expertise, that's what you do very well, is that movement tech. You know, you are a movement god, and just those super quick reflexes, you know, play to that style. Myself, I am much more analytical in how I play. You know, so I definitely typically move low, slow, methodically, clearing as I go. You know, and let the fights come to me. You know, so that way I'm always trying to make sure that I'm taking fights on my own terms, where I'm trying to put myself in the most advantageous position. You know, especially with the gun that we're running. You know, we're not going to be rushing in, clearing stuff up super close. You know, we are going to be trying to take people out and pick them off from a little bit more of a distance, which is also a big part of the strategy of playing solo. You know, because this game, they do have, at least, well, not in the beta that we're doing right now, but in the main version of the game, they do have a dedicated solo mode. Unfortunately, it's only one map at a time. It's 2 maps total. So you don't have a ton of variety to pick from. Yeah, honestly, like, there should be a crazy damage multiplier for that. All right, we definitely saw somebody there. I think he also saw me. Because he basically stopped the direction he was moving. going on? Good to see ya. Yeah, so one thing I typically try to do if I'm playing solo, because I do not have a teammate, hold on. I just heard a step up there. Alright, but since I do not have a teammate to watch my back, watch my flank, I'm always trying to make sure I'm using cover. So like right here, my entire left side when I'm turned looking this way, oh my gosh. I am just whiffing shots. Wow. I feel like tip number one should be hit your damn shots. Sorry, hold on. I need to find and kill this guy. Honestly, I'm a little impressed that I managed to shoot that many times and hit nothing. Alright, and I will also admit right now what I'm doing is very stupid. Holy God. I feel like we basically missed like 10,000 shots between the two of us. All right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm always trying to make sure that I keep, cover. So like I move along the edge of the map, because basically at this point, when I'm over here on the edge, I never have to worry about somebody coming up behind me, because I have nobody to watch my 6 for me. So I just take away my 6. Alright, and once I get to a little bit more covered of a location, I can chat a little bit more. Alright. But yeah, that basically what I just did and showed is like the exact opposite of what you want to do. Like it ended up working out, but it should not have. But, I mean, it is the warm-up game we're doing. kind of ammo we got in here? Hollow point. Alright. Alright, so we got a couple mags for getting a little bit more up close and personal with this AKM. Yeah, so I am doing good. Ooh, somebody already searched this. So someone has been in here. Just got off work, basically came home, took a shower, and here we are. Right, and I'll go over like kit and gear here in a moment when we get out of this raid. But one of the biggest things is I would say 99% of the time, like I pretty much exclusively run the GS2 headset. All right, because the audio is so huge in this game, I always want to try to hear them before they hear me. The thing is, if you are playing solo going up against squads, you are already at a substantial disadvantage just right off the rip. So don't give yourself more of a disadvantage by not being able to hear people. And with that being said, trying to make sure we're hearing everything, you know, I will sometimes stand up and just normal speed walk, but the majority of the time, if I'm going into somewhere that I have not cleared, I will be crouch walking. And then, you know, I know some people will say that this play style is like camping or ratting, but I vehemently disagree. You know, camping or ratting is like hiding in a corner waiting for somebody to run into your room and then just like pre-aiming a door and blasting them. Like, I am basically constantly stalking. There's footsteps in there. Probably a bot. But we're going to swing out and get eyes on it. So, like, I will say sometimes, you know, the people that I kill, it kind of looks like I'm ratting. You know, for example, I'll set up somewhere, like, because I hear somebody, I'll get quiet, stop making noise, get into a spot where I can see where it sounds like they're coming from. And then, you know, they're running, stomping all around. And as soon as they come into my line of sight, I shoot them before they have a chance to react. So that's what they see is all of a sudden they come over a hill and I'm peeked around a tree just blasting them. So from their point of view, oh, that guy's just ratting behind a tree. Where it's like, no, I heard you from 100 meters out. I got low and slow, stalked to a good position while listening to where you're coming from, and then got set up. So all of the movement and work that you would normally be doing in the fight, trying to outmaneuver and shoot somebody, I basically outmaneuvered, got in position before you even knew you were in a fight. Because like this, we're hearing those shots, so we're going to move up to where we can get eyes on it. Because it's, you know, basically every fight that you're ever going to get in, and pretty much any spur of the moment, you know, decision as you're reacting to stuff, your brain is naturally going to do what is called an OODA loop. It was I want to say it was a World War II fighter pilot who, like, came up with the term. No, I don't think it was Dick Bong. So I think it was a British fighter pilot who came up with the term OODA loop. But it's OODA. And it stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. So basically, anytime something happens, your brain goes through this process. You observe what's going on, you orient yourself with what is happening. So basically, somebody jumps around the corner, you know, you observe them jumping, you orient with where you are, where they are, what you need to do. You decide what you're going to do, and then you act. So basically, what I am trying to do is go through OO and D before they even know that they're in a fight, before they've started O. I know it's very random that we're talking about OODA loops right now. All right. It's like we just heard the steps over there. So at this point, we've observed. Orient. We know where the steps were coming from, where we are. So now we're moving ourselves into position. And it's a bot, so we don't really care. Actually, it sounds like there is somebody closer. I'm still pretty sure it's a bot in there that we're hearing. All right, so now we're going to keep backing off slowly. Keeping focus over there. Hoping to, obviously if it's a bot, they're just going to stay there. But if it's a player, typically curiosity will get the best of them. And they are going to start trying to peek out and see where the noise came from. That's where, like I said, we can work on taking the fight on our terms how we want to. Also trying to make sure as I'm moving what the hell was that noise? Basically, every time a new sight line is opening up to where I am and where, I'm moving towards, I'm constantly moving and checking these angles. Typically, I really do not like shooting unsuppressed. But I was not sure if that was a player running through there or a bot. So I wanted to have something full auto out just to be prepared just in case. All right, this is all run through. Try to grab a little bit of loot on the way out. Yeah, it definitely seems like somebody did this northern loot run. Which means they, oh my gosh, they missed the ammo crates? I am quite surprised. Alright, so we heard those shots. It tells me it's probably somebody wrapping the south side to this to that exfil. That's a bot. No, it's just a bot sprinting around down there. All right. Yeah. Missing all those shots in that first fight, and then having to reposition, that took way too much time. Yeah, that took way too much time. All right. pull all the ammo out. Alright, that's garbage ammo anyway. Alright. So now we can sell. We're gonna just bulk all of this garbage stuff down here. Alright, keep the wrap because we do run it. Alright, receiver. Alright, we got 4 minutes on Deke. Alright, so we can talk about kit. Ooh, need to grab that. Get this stuff back. Alright, so as far as gear and kit goes, so one thing I will never, ever do is I will not run tier 3 armor, period. Like, I will not put it on and bring it in. There are times when, you know, if I'm running a quick kit, like as a warm-up, or, you know, going through making money off quick kits, obviously I can't pick what armor I come in with that. But that is the only time I'll ever be in tier 3 armor. A lot of people will try to be cheap with their gear. So they want to come in, you know, with cheaper armor, cheaper ammo, especially. So a lot of people will come in and run purple ammo. All right. Well, if you look at the purple ammo, oh, this is actually super low, but most purple ammo is going to be a penetration level of 3. So that's why I don't ever run tier 3 armor, is because at that point I don't want it negating, because at that point purple ammo is going to negate my armor. So I am always running at least tier 4. Right. Helmet. I almost exclusively run I can show you, it's either the KSS Tactical, the KSS2 Tactical, or this O3H. Alright. The O3 is if I'm going super heavy, like a lot heavier, I'll be running that because it's a tier 5. But KSS Tactical or KSS2 Tactical, because I can put face masks on them. Right. One thing you'll see, you know, because, like, for example, this IND tactical helmet, you know, it's a lot cheaper, but when you go to put masks on, the highest you can go on the IND tactical is a tier 3 mask. Whereas if you're running the KSS2 or the KSS, it allows you to also go tier 4 mask. All right, so we got our KSS, equip. Need to load up our mags. All right. And like right now I am running, you know, just normal farm. So there is a 450,000 Cohen cap. it's kind of a weird gray area with it, because you'll notice when I have it in, it's 570,000. But if I pull the mag out and my suppressor and my underbarrel, now I'm up underneath the maximum, and I can go in the raid and put that stuff on. So anything that's under additional accessories you can put on in raid, with the exception of the magazine. The magazine is listed as a core part because basically it's the way the game looks at things is anything that's not a core part, if you do not have that on your gun, the gun doesn't function, you can't use it. So I will pull stuff off, honestly, only if I'm running solo. If I am running, with a squad, I leave everything on my gun, just because I'm like, that feels kind of shitty to do. Excuse my language. But in this case, where I'm literally running solo. It's a little bit different. All right, because I am not going to have the luxury of having other teammates to help shoot for me. I have to take the entire fight myself. So I need to make sure that I have the best possible chance. All right, grab some more ammo in the pocket. Yeah, how cold is it there? Alright, that's probably good. Ugh, 24 degrees is gross. Ooh, need to bring in food, see if I can get that mission done. Because that's another thing that I definitely recommend if you are running solo. Or just trying to progress, is work your missions. Alright, you get so much good free gear just from doing missions. It's 1000% worth it. Yeah, I really want to just try to get this stupid mission done and knocked out. Alright, and I mean, I do know, honestly, there's really no point to do the mission. It's more just habit. I'll get you know, I do get some Cohen out of it, but like the XP does nothing for me because, you know, we're at max level. It's more out of habit of constantly going in, doing the missions, making sure that we're progressing through that as quick as we can. And then now, because, you know, we're bringing in an AR, we're going to be looking to take fights a little bit closer than, you know, we were in the last game. Alright, and now we're going to start working our way towards the motel. Yep, there's shots. Ooh, there's also shots up there. Man, there's a lot of shooting going on right now. Whoo-hoo. That... Alright, that might have been a step right there. Okay, yeah. So there are some suppressed shots very close. Hopefully these guys keep one another occupied. Alright, so we saw one guy run right there. It sounded like that guy ran out here and ran around the back. So we are going to try to hunt him down. My guess is we are going to find him looting this airdrop container right up here. Check and make sure he's not sitting in a window. Well, if nobody else is grabbing this, I will. Somebody ran through quickly, killed that bot. Thank you. Oh, and he even brought me some more ammo. Honestly, very thoughtful of him. Alright, so again, that's where I'm talking about using sound to your advantage. Alright, we obviously heard that guy coming. You know, yes, to them it looks like, you know, I'm just camping in a building waiting for somebody to come. But obviously you see, from my perspective, we came in here, we were checking our area, and we just heard this guy come stomping up. And I'm gonna hit the retrieval box. And I do hear steps up there. So we're going to move back around this side of the building. Again, letting the fence cover our 6. Well, we're constantly keeping an eye on the most likely points that people are going to be coming from. Grab that recon terminal so we can scan right before we go into motel. The thing is, it's what's going on, Keyboard Surfer? I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Now, unfortunately, people so this is ABI, Arena Breakout Infinite. Now it's not a horror game. It is an extraction shooter. So that's why, like, I am constantly just locked in, focused, because like if I die, I lose all of my gear. And like, this is also a hardcore tactical extraction shooter. Oh, nice. Alright, so we hear those steps down there. I was gonna say, do you mainly play squads or solo? Yeah, so I 1000% heard some steps down here. That's a bot doing who the hell knows what. Nice. Yeah, that's... I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I am pretty much, like, almost exclusively play this solo. That's a player. Yeah, they got out. Damn it. No. Oh my gosh, I did have a nade. I completely forgot I had one. Because I normally don't bring in nades. Yeah, normally don't bring in nades, so completely forgot that I had one. Oh. Alright, so our scan said no operators. But I did learn the hard way that imposters do not count. Yeah, it's like I normally don't bring in nades. So I completely forgot that I had picked some up off of guy I killed. Alright. Looks like they hit that key room. Yeah, we just hopped on, so I'm warming up, and then after this one, we're going over to airport. I'll actually take a Mosin. Take the Mosin. Yeah, we're just coming in here because I'm trying to knock out some of the random missions. Yeah, this is the test server. Yeah, so we're just getting warmed up real quick and then hopping over to Aeropuerta. Alright, we're going to take that. I'm going to drop that, grab that. Alright, is there any food? There's no food in here for my mission. So let's see if this works. That's just the most common rig that I run, because it gives you like fairly decent space, and it's super cheap. I mean, honestly, I don't need to be grabbing them in the test server. I'm kind of just playing the test server how I would normally play the game. This is why I don't like to sprint. Yeah, so it's honestly for me, it's habit. Like, if I see things that I use on a regular basis, like, I will just grab them. And then, as I find stuff that's worth more, like, I'll just drop it and swap it out. Let's just use this cheap one that we're going to drop at the end of the raid anyway. Yeah, this, I feel like this had to be a player scav. Oh, damn. Hold on. Yeah, I can adjust the gate on it. That's the thing, it's actually not all that close. I think my noise gate's just up too high. Yeah, I'll watch it back and take a look. Alright, so let's see, is that any better? So actually probably yeah, so I use a white noise machine pretty much all the time, and I could not hear it with my headphones on, so I completely forgot that I had it on. Forgot to turn that off. Alright, so let's... Oh yeah, I've played both of the new maps quite a bit. Yeah, I still normally will hop on like just a normal farm just to warm up, because that's, you know, the only one that they have. All right, bulk. All right. So now we are going to go in. Let's grab our U1. Grab our extra mag. We will run. Let's run that. Oh yeah, there's crazy great loot on that map. You know what, actually, let's focus on making some moolah. And we are gonna snipe. On LD or launch day. I believe it's they just said early January. Oh, lockdown. They haven't said. I'm assuming it's going to be a lockdown forbidden. They haven't really given us any insight as to what they're planning on doing there. Yeah, normally, you know, when I kill people and take their stuff out, I like to keep it. Honestly, what I really hope is that they end up making it that they expand the solo mode. Like, I would love it if they gave us, you know, more solo maps that we could play. You know, that's honestly one thing that really sucks, is that it's only Northridge and a TV station, and it's just on it's on a 1 week cycle. Honestly, I love solo mode. Solo TV station, yes, very toxic. It's literally just sit in a corner, do not move. That's the entire strategy to it. No, I do not play solo TV. I do not enjoy it at all. So what I'll do if it's a TV week is I'll just be like, all right, well, I'll just turn squad fill off and you know, play a different map that I actually enjoy playing. 'Cause yeah, I do not like TV station at all. Let's grab one more e-drink. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, not a fan of solo TV. Wait, what was it giving me an alert about? What do you mean no bullets in magazine? Alright, that's loaded. Got bullets in there. Alright. Yeah, like solo Northridge is incredible. Like, it's extremely tactical. It's constant, like, everybody just moving, positioning. I absolutely love solo Northridge, and that's why a lot of times if yeah, exactly. So like I will, like I said, when solo Northridge is there, that's pretty much all I play. When it's not there, then I'll go just squad fill off into Northridge Forbidden or Armory with squad fill off. And then with Armory, I basically just let the spawn dictate what I'm going to do. If I spawn on the north side of the map, then I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to wrap the north side. Constantly looking down towards the Armory. And, like, seeing if I can get a pick, move up towards the satellite dish, and then work on trying to get picks down into the Armory itself. Basically, the only time when I'm playing solo that I will go into like the Armory right off the rip is I have to have that shooting range Armory spawn. Just because that's the quickest door I can get in, like, right away. Yeah, the reason that I really enjoy the solo mode, as opposed to being in squads, because I have no problem playing squad fill off in Forbidden. It's just I never know exactly how many people are on the team that I'm fighting. Because especially on Northridge, I'm typically sniping and working my way around. So like if I just see one person outside of the building running around and I headshot them, I have no idea if it was a solo, if it's a two-man, if they have a full squad, because they're just going to insta-die. But no, I definitely play a lot of Forbidden, just squad fill off Northridge. Northridge is by far my favorite map. And that's why I absolutely love the winter Northridge that they have going on. I'm very interested to see when it comes in Season 4. Because I still haven't figured out a way to test the snow. I'm not sure if, like, basically, I'm not sure how the devs coded it. If it's just coded as a regular, just a regular kind of generic ground covering, or if they actually coded it as being cold. Because if they coded it as being cold, like thermals are going to be nasty. Because body heat is just going to like explode off the screen when you're looking through a thermal if they actually coded it as being cold. I'm having a lot of fun on the test server. Um, you know, it's cool that there's. Oh yeah, I know the thermals are already super OP. Like I've been crafting them on my regular account. So like literally right before I launched into this, I went on to like my regular game account and like collected the thermals that I had just been crafting and got 3 more crafting items cooking. Say less. I don't think I'd fully quit out of like the launcher for the test. I don't think it fully closed out. So it was like, oh, you're still logged in on a different spot. Right. All right, and so let's run. Yeah, keep that. Take somebody else's gear when we get in there. What do we want to run gun-wise? All right. First things first, let's see what solo is on right now. It is Northridge. Okay. All right, let's go SVD and we sniping. All right, grab some red. Yeah, dude, Forbidden is honestly Forbidden is by far the best mode. All right, and then we'll run our MP9. Where's my 9mm? Yeah, like honestly, I don't mind the SVTU. But yeah, dude, SVD is just where it's at. Okay, here's my 9mm. All right, bring another stack of that. Boom. Med suture, we need painkills. Bring a couple e-drinks. All right, I think we good. Let's check deke real quick. All right, grab the nades. All right, painkillers, LMG, yeah, we're not going to worry about bolt actions. What were my activity missions? We need to use some injections. So let's grab keep the expensive ones in the pocket. And then, yeah, let's bring a couple nades. Ooh. So I've been also in the test server, I've been playing around with some different keybinds. So I need to switch those over on here. Boom. Let's find... All right, hold on, where is... All right, so that's gonna be melee is going to 3. All right, so we can do that. Quick reload is going to U. Tactical item wheel is 4. make that quick drop. I think that's how we have it. That feels good. All right. Oh, and also I know my keybinds look wild. I actually use a one-handed keyboard, so like what it says the key is, it is irrelevant. It's all based on where it is on my hand. All right. It's like honestly my favorite like spawns, my favorite route is like the south edge of the map. Just because like as I wrap around, I have sight lines into so many different hotspots. Yeah, those permanent injections are so nice though. Ooh, I do not have my underbarrel on this. Whoops. No, I normally don't hit the service stations all that often. I mean, it's normally a just if I really, really need something, like I'll go hit it. Otherwise, I typically don't bother. Yeah, because especially right up there by the crash plane, like you have such a great view into the hotel. I just honestly I hate the sedated effect. Like the way it messes with your screen. That is one thing in the new season that they did already say is that they are going to set up a way to toggle that. So that way you don't have the that crazy visual change. All right. We're basically just going to work our way through the woods. Yeah, I absolutely hate that sedated effect. Alright, that sounds like the bot's in there. to move up towards that explosion. All right. All right, so I'm just worried about jump over. Try to see if we can third party this. Well, that's not ideal. Guess he's not going to come out after me. But now these guys over here. Know that something's going on. Yeah, that explosion definitely sounded like it was over a dam. So I think whoever is in here has killed whoever they were fighting. And now those shots we were hearing is just them cleaning up bots. Yeah, so those steps sounded up above me. Damn it. So that was a bot that we were hearing. So I think I was right on my initial guess. Or I was moving up and the guy's going to be downstairs. I didn't see anybody peek a corner other than the bot. All right, well, let's go up and take a look. Because I hear that bot, because like I saw somebody right here by these bodies who then went to the right. But it was just that bot who then came back across. Yeah. I think we go in from underneath. Now we know where he is. Might be able to get an angle on him from here. Yeah, so that's what it sounded like. He was killing Fred. Because right now, he does not know I'm here. I would really like to keep it that way. Waiting for this guy to come upstairs. Come on, man, you know you want to come upstairs. So I really think the guy that just opened that door is now a third person in here. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that. Screw it, we're opening the door. Make sure. Yeah, he might have, but I'm also pretty sure. Ooh, do we have ammo for this P90? Yes. So now I got something close range. dead Fred. Just gonna come clear out underneath. Yeah. Yeah, it's just unfortunately we do have to go to the other side of the map. Oh, it's just BP. Yeah, so on the new season, Fred either has gold in his FAL or he has a SVD. KSS. Oh yeah, hold on, hurry up and open. Yeah, we're gonna drop that. Take the Spartan. I don't really care about anything else. Whew, that was... Yeah, so I think that was parking lot. Yeah, that just sounded way closer to me than all the way up there. You know, there's two moving in there, so it's definitely bots. I think I'm going to try to get around to see if I can catch him coming out of calm, going towards his exfil. I just got to save time and I can exfil that bridge. Well, dude would have to be deaf not to hear that. God damn it. Well, that bot's just chilling there. Oh. Now he's a little aggroed on something. Hmm. Alright, so 500 meters. And I've got strength and endurance. So I can make that. It's just weird that they're running that far. Oh, I guess we're within the last 10, so they start moving all over the place. But I'd heard those shots over here. Let's yeah, there's 100% somebody there. Yeah, there's hope. I just gotta find this guy and kill him quick. All right, 5:27. So I've got about a minute and a half to find this guy, kill him, loot him, and done. Oh, very nice. I will take this bag. Drop that. Drop that. Actually, car battery's not even worth it. Put that there, that there. Endurance. There it is. Yep, and we also have an E-drink that we can pop to completely refill our stam. Yep. Because I literally got it between, like, the wall, the railing, and, like, the window slats. It's not 2 minutes. It's a regular 10-second extraction. Yeah, oh, that's where I was already planning on going, was bridge. That's what I had pinged. Alright, and since we have a little bit of time, we are going to slow down and look for exfil campers. I feel like they had to hit the safe. Somebody had to hit that safe. Yeah, they hit it. Oh, yeah, that guy is quite angry. Yeah, that was literally that entire raid, one shot. One shot, one kill, one operator, 1 mil. Yeah, that guy's got to be very angry. Ammo used, 1. All right. All right, drop that. Put that bag back on. 300k M110. Shooting M62. He angry. Yeah. Cost me one 30k bullet. All right. All right, so we got our injectors. That's done. many more? All right, 2 more enhancement injections. Yeah, I've got, I think I've got 37. Oh, 49. Yeah, we can drop some of that back into... Well, the thing is, I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full stacks. So yeah, I am big chillin'. Come on. Give me the PZ3. Please, for the love of God, give it to me. Garbage.
Getting into trouble?
Alright, we got 11 minutes on Deke. We'll deal with that when we get back out. Alright, so that was a little boring. So we're gonna go regular. Oh, that's what I just did. The last one was solo Northridge. And it was just very quiet. So we're doing squad fill off into Northridge. But that's the last raid that we just ran and finished, was a solo mode Northridge. Oh. Just remembered. I want that. Forgot to put my underbarrel on. Yeah, that guy. I don't even remember what. Appreciate the follow, Shaloth. I don't even remember what helmet that guy had. I don't think I even looked. So I was just grabbing the M110 as fast as possible. Yeah, man, I'm always down to run games. Yeah, I mean, I would say 95% of the time I run this game solo, and it's like, because Northridge is only open every other week, like I end up just running a lot of squad fill off Forbidden on Northridge and Armory. Okay, yeah. Alright, so because we are now in squads, we are going to have to play slightly different. For one, I'm going to split that off. So that way if I need to throw a couple more bullets in the mag, I can just drag from there. Like that. Alright, so those guys sound like they're going to be fighting for motel. The problem is, yeah. Yeah, the guy who hit the safe is now dead. This is the problem, is I don't know if he was just solo running in there or what. Safe is still closed. And I got my GS2. There he is. Alright, we're going to take that for the extra arm stam. Yeah, I think he ran up and got his buddy's loot. He still hasn't gone for the save. I'm gonna listen and wait for him to make a move. Wait, that's a bot. There's a chance this guy might have been solo. So, my DPI, yeah, that's 100% a bot in there. So I have a DPI switch button on my mouse. So I typically switch, because it's got 3 settings, so I think I have it set to 1600, 800, 400. Like that. But yeah, this guy might have just been solo. Unless he is one. And because we are smart, we're gonna crawl in. Oh my gosh. Absolute garbage loot. All right. That, do that, do that. Yeah, man, I don't know what his plan was. Yeah, it's like we did that and got... Okay. I like the porcelain. Yeah, porcelain definitely helps with our value. Yeah. I mean, honestly, with his kit, he might need to go back to normal. It's be like, imagine if there was a secret document in there and I domed him before he could pick it up. So he got to see the secret document and then immediately died. Like, that would honestly be the funniest thing in the world to me. But yeah, like, just imagine you see a secret document and you're like, oh my god, boom, bullet to the head. I mean, yeah, I know it's a little cruel. but it would be hilarious for me. I'm assuming that's a bot. Alright, man, sounds good. Alright, also, if you guys did not know about this little spot, like, it is almost impossible to see in from here. Yeah, like, honestly, it looks like he was a quick hit. But I don't know how you would get in. Like, all his value was his backpack. So he was just trying to run in and get some loot. Dude, I love that spot. It's so good. Here's the secret dock. No, gold cup. Oh, and a gold cube. And a stamp album. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Not even gonna worry about the titanium, it's so freaking heavy. We got Eastern Bridge. Yeah, there's too many people walking around for this to be a player coming in. go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, I was hearing the footsteps and I thought I heard a jump. So that's why I held there for a second. Yeah, that's the bot up there. But dude, you gotta admit, like, had there been a secret dock in that box that that guy got to see and immediately died before he could pick it up, that would be a great little video. Like that would literally just be the most hilariously painful video ever. All right. Yeah. It's literally stalking in, seeing somebody up in the window, getting part of his head through like this angle, sniping him, going up. Turns out dude's homeless. Yeah. Like I didn't even pick up his dog tags because I feel like that would have made me poorer to pick up his dog tags. Alright, so bridge is now open. Which means we're going to get up here and take a look at hotel. See what we see. Yeah, unfortunately there's no running water, so I just had to use hand sanitizer. That's a bot. what I'm thinking is right now, because I have some time, I'm gonna... That's a bot moonwalking. Like, you saw that bot moonwalking, right? Like, full on, sliding backwards, head down. Oh, did I forget to... I forgot to bring food. Forgot an e-drink. I mean, we heard a couple sets of shots and an explosion spaced out a few minutes apart. How much am I at? Yeah, I'm over a mil, so I'm... Unless I see somebody that I can shoot. Like, the risk reward just really isn't there. Because, like, there's too many rooms and there's too many people who can just sit in a corner because maybe they have one dog tag and they're waiting to see if somebody else comes in. Because what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 24 and it's taken up 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's actually taken up the exact same amount of space. But technically it is saving me the 2 slots of having it rolled up. Yeah, since we forgot food and water, we're gonna go ahead and work through the villages up north towards that exfil and just see if we hear anything to go after on the way. Yeah. Yeah, nice easy little 1.3er. Like, that secret document is the next thing that I really need to find. So I've already found the second most expensive item in the game. Now I need the first. Alright, man, take it easy. But yeah, honestly, an excuse to go play Northridge? Pfft, say less, man. Like, I absolutely love this map. Wow, this bot might be stupid. Like, the intelligence of the bots just varies so widely, and it's wild to me. How many times do I have to shoot this guy in the frickin' head? And grab that because we like it. shoot, no, we gotta go. We gotta go right now. Yeah, because we are heavy and hungry, it's actually going to take us longer to make it over. Is this going to give me... Alright, sweet. Now we're back to only slight hunger. Nice little 1.4. Alright, let's grab this back, drop that, drop that. Alright, let's turn in these winter festival tickets. Alright.
How's the dark zone been treating you? Are you guys make money to get?
Alright, there's nothing else here that we want. Hit our last refresh. Damn, that's actually a really good deal on that. Alright, gotta have some garbage stuff in here to start getting rid of. Alright, do I need the gold cup or the cane for either of these? Anything in here for that? Nope. Alright, so we just want to save one of the watches.
Run into trouble?
And that's it. Gold cup, sell. Porcelain. we save the processors because we use those for masks. We just save the watch. We save the perfume. Everything else. Goodbye. Alright, so I had to fix that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell those. Alright, that frees up a little bit of space. Alright, drop that. I'm just gonna sell this. Alright, that's gone. Oh, that's skin supplies and pet vouchers to use. Grab some more 9mm. Where's it at? Alright, don't worry about organizing everything later. Here we're good. Split. Split that off. We got painkills. Eat drink this time. And then strength, endurance, strength, endurance. I'll pop those in there. All right. So I think we are set. We'll run one more. Honestly, it ended up being better on... What are you talking about? No bullets in magazine. There are 2 bullets in the magazine. Alright. Ooh, insta-Q. Yeah, so this will be our last one of the night. yeah, I feel like today has been a real solid example of how to be successful solo, make money. It's literally, yeah, we've been solo every raid, killed people every raid. Alright, we're gonna try to just work our way away from this bot. It is not even worth it to shoot it, bro. just going to keep rapping and listening. All right. Very, very quiet. We really want to try to get up and get an eye on hotel. What's going on, mid? How you doing? Welcome in. How you doing, man? horrible time for rain. Garbage. I mean, that's also garbage, but go ahead and grab it for now. All right. Where is everybody at? So that's a bot. All right, that's 154 out. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Of course, there's literally nothing happening like this entire raid. No shots, no sounds, no nothing. The second I look down because I have to respond to something, there's shots. Then I look back up and nothing. That sounded like a vector. So I don't know if that was a bot shooting at somebody who is now just trying to be quiet. What the hell is going on? So that's 150 out. There's probably somebody just... There's people just sitting in a corner in a hotel. Probably just absolutely ratting it. Nope, ratting underneath the hill. Yep. Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, that looked a little weird. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and call it there. Appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out. Be back on tomorrow, probably earlier in the day and for longer. Hoping to be on by probably 11 a.m. Eastern. Have to take care of some stuff, but yeah, hoping 11 a.m. Eastern will be hopping on. But it sucks that we ended on that note. Definitely made quite a bit of money during the raid, though. But that is going to be a GG Go Next stream. See you guys tomorrow.